Hey, my name is Zach. I became homeless uh, after many years of getting in trouble from smoking weed, doing pills, drinking. Um, I went to prison for a long time, uh, for about 5 years for drug-related problems. I had a really rough childhood. I grew up knowing that I was gay, and I had to pretend like I was straight because my parents would beat me. And so I went to, that's how I got into drugs, smoking weed and doing a lot of pills and drinking. And after I got out of prison, I came here to Omaha and stay at Sienna Francis' house. I've been beat up like 5 times, uh, jumped on, as you might say. It's really hard out here. Um, there's a lot of drugs at the Sienna. It's really hard to stay away from it. Much like on cultural, like social culture or whatever you want to say, it's mostly survival on how to get your next fix on drugs or fix on whatever you might do. May it be drugs, sex, because there's a lot of people who come out and prey on people who stay at the Sienna because they don't think that like I have an experience where this guy came to the shelter just to find young men who do drugs so he could drug them and have sex with them. And I ended up having to go to the hospital to get tested for like STDs. Thank God it came back negative, but I had to do that. Uh, and it's been really hard to stay sober and clean. I mostly do it for my 7 children, who I promised that I wouldn't do anymore. I've been 7 months clean. Um, I just found out that my cancer came back Thursday. I have less than 10% chance of living, and the doctors only gave me 6 months to live. But I was supposed to survive 2 years last time, but I survived 4 more years and beat it, so I'm confident that I'll be able to beat it this time. Yeah, there's a lot of predators here. Um, like I've had experiences with my shelter moms. Um, her boyfriends. They would beat her and beat her because she wouldn't do any drugs. She didn't want to do the drugs, and they would beat her to basically force her to do the drugs. And I've been, like I said, I was basically raped because I wouldn't hit a bubble. This guy was try to get me to hit a bubble and do drugs. So what they did was they laced my cigarettes. They laced my cigarettes with date rape drugs, made me fall asleep, and they raped me that way. Um, there's a lot of predators in the fact that there's a lot of there's a lot of sex offenders around here who go out and they find like kids to kidnap. There was a guy at the Sienna who was stalking kids when they came over to eat, and I don't. This was way before I came there, so I have no idea. It's just a story that I heard. And there's a person who I liked at the Sienna who I was told he paid him money to have him jack off for him. So that's pretty much all that I can say about the predator aspect.
All right, hey. So just came off the street, but um, looking to, I don't know, explore some of my actual core interests. Things you never hear about, maybe other survivalists, things about the Hollow Earth. I don't know, other people's interests, weird things, people you might find you don't know. You just don't know. But parents are overseas. Military is interesting, and yeah, maybe I'll end up in the military. Talk to the National Guard. Couple options there. Most of it's bullshit on our front end. I think we just perception is reality is the main thing. So people are mindless when they think about things sometimes, and it's based on popular opinion. So yeah, that's most of it. You just have to make intentional decisions. Why are you homeless? Why don't you work harder? Well, because it's interesting to be homeless.